Thank you guys so much for joining today's presentation on PEMF. At the end of this presentation, you should have a better understanding of the history of PEMF, the technology and science behind it, and you will also have a deeper understanding of how you should feel during the treatment, after a treatment, as well as understanding the why behind using any type of PEMF device. So our agenda today is we're going to cover the history of it, what it is, the science of electromagnetic fields, bioelectromagnetic fields and healing, the benefits of PEMF, why do I need PEMF treatments, who would benefit from the treatments, how can you start your wellness journey, complementary devices, services, and retail products that will enhance your results and or prolong the benefits between treatments, and who should not be using the device. So magnetic field therapy has been used for more than 2,000 years through the use of lodestones, which scientists believe are created by lightning. The Greeks, the Egyptians, and healers in ancient India were all known to use these lodestones to help heal their clients. Then, during the Middle Ages, many European physicians and scientists advanced our understanding of magnetic therapy. Two key scientists that I'd like to point out are George Lakowski from 1870 through 1942 and Nikola Tesla, 1856 through 1943. Both were very influential in advancing our understanding of magnetic therapy, and their research helped to develop many of the devices used at the recovery. Then, in 1954, Japan found the piezoelectric properties of bone, which piezoelectric effect is the ability of certain materials, and in this case, the bone, to generate an electric charge in response to applied mechanical stress. Then in 1986, Dr. Robert Becker and Gary Selden released the body magnetism and the foundation of life, which described how the human body was an electromagnetic apparatus and was very susceptible and amenable to magnetic fields, which popularized the use of PEMF in Europe during this time frame. From the 1990s all the way until now, by the 1990s, much of Europe was already familiar with PEMF. New developments have been continued, and the debate over low and high magnetic fields still continue. Since the FDA has allowed lower intensity devices like those used in our spas to be marketed without FDA approval, more and more systems are being developed, and you're likely to see more and more being released as time progresses. So what is a magnetic field therapy to begin with? All life evolved on Earth. It all evolved on a planet that is a giant magnet of its own. We are constantly being exposed to magnetic fields from the static magnetic fields of the Earth, the planet, magnetic rock formations, the Schumann resonance, geomagnetic storms, natural electric currents that flow on and beneath the surface of the planet. The most significant fields that impact us and help our brains to maintain homeostasis is the Schumann resonance. When we are deficient in electromagnetic energy and there is not sufficient exposure to these powerful healing electromagnetic energies, then aging is accelerated, illness is more likely, and our body's ability to recover and repair is decreased. When we have low cellular energy, then we need to be exposed to a higher frequency, and we also need to be exposed more frequently to facilitate the healing. So basically, low cellular energy is another way of thinking about it, is saying that your body is very acidic. So if you can test yourself and you test that you're acidic, you actually need to be exposed to more magnetic healing energies in order to increase your cellular voltage. Energy healers have understood that the electromagnetic fields have both a physical, emotional change in humans, in us, In order to maintain optimal health, our cells need to be exposed to these energies frequently and possibly even continuously in order to be and remain balanced. Energy-based healers have used electrically charged magnetic pulses to the treatment area, stationary magnetic magnets which deliver continuous treatment for a longer period of time, devices that now are using PEMF only, and devices that combine PEMF with other healing energies. So now let's go ahead and start talking a little bit about the science of the electromagnetic field. This way, we'll have a better understanding of the science and why PEMF is so effective at helping optimize our cellular health. If you can think back to our schooling, you would recall that all matter is made up of moving particles. The space between the moving electrical particles is the magnetic field, which by definition is an interaction that changes the motion of an object. The attraction and repulsion of electrical charges is the electrical force field that is created by the flow of electricity, while a magnetic field is the force field created as a consequence of this flow of electricity or electrical charges. These fields always exist together. Therefore, the electromagnetic field is the combination of the electric field and the magnetic field. This is clear as mud, right? So looking at our electrical charges in our body, we have both positive and negatively charged particles. Remember, like repels like, so two positively charged particles will repel one another, while a positive and a negative particle will attract one another. Our bodies are fundamentally electric, and the electricity that flows through our bodies creates electromagnetic field. In Chinese medicine, this is called qi and flows through the body using our meridians. Our internal electromagnetic fields regularly interact with external magnetic fields when exposed to them. So when an external magnetic field passes through our body, it'll have an electromagnetic effect on us at a cellular level, either positively or negatively, expanding to influence us at a hormonal level and then eventually at an organ level through communication at that cellular level. When there is a lack of energy in an area or there's a buildup or blockage, then there is a miscommunication between the cells and age-related issues can arise or disease can set in. It is important to understand this because electric and magnetic fields will influence and control our biochemistry as well. They do this by influencing the motion of charged particles, our ions, at the cellular level. This movement of these ions on electrolytes within our cells will help to rebalance or heal the cells where necessary. You can think of this ion channel as a cellular membrane, as a doorway or a window into the cell. By charging and balancing the cell, you are allowing the membrane to open up and release the metabolic waste, our cellular detox, or take our garbage. It's like taking the garbage out, and we are now bringing the good nutrients for optimal metabolic function and DNA replication into our cells. So, if you look at it as taking the trash out to the garbage can and opening up the windows, allowing that fresh air to come in and clean our cells out. A great quote by William Polk is, by restoring or maintaining cellular function, you will in turn restore or maintain organ function, allowing the entire body to function better. This is the basis for magnetic field therapy, affecting and improving basic cellular function in order to combat a variety of health conditions and, when possible, to prevent cellular damage from happening in the first place. Bioelectric magnetic fields and healing. The electric body, when we think of the electricity within the body, many people think of the nervous system. And although they are correct, the vast majority of our chemical reactions that take place in the body are caused by movements of a charge. We know that we are predominantly water, but that fluid is actually electrolytes. So we are essentially walking batteries. We produce currents, and occasionally we need to be charged. The part of the cell that surrounds the outside of it is called that cell membrane. It is where the body's electrical activity occurs. It is crucial and critical to maintain the cell structure and protect the contents within. And it has a voltage called the potential, which refers to the difference in electrical charge between the inside and the outside of the cell. So if you look at me here in front of the biocharger, the light bulb is off, and as I place my hand up towards the biocharger, the electricity being emitted from the biocharger turns on the light bulb that is in my hand. So again, think of that light bulb and the biocharger. When the device is off, so is the light bulb. Depending on the program that I run, that circle of influence or ring of power can be anywhere from 3 feet to 6 feet. If we connect hands and move the light bulb outside of that ring of power, we can still light up that bulb. And this happens because we are essentially electrical beings and the energy can flow through us. There we go. All right, there you go. So here we are. We're doing an experiment. Lift the light a little bit higher. There you go. You can see how the light is turned on. And we got 1, 2, 3, 4 people in front of the biocharger to show you exactly that we are electromagnetic beings and we're sending the energy through our bodies that is being emitted by the biocharger. There we go. All right, there you go. So the bioelectric magnetic field and healing. The cell membranes are either opened or closed based on the polarity, pardon my stumbling of my tongue, of the membrane. When the channels are closed, a cell's membrane is at the resting potential. And when it is open, it is called an action potential. So essentially, membranes require an electrical charge to open their channels, or what I like to call the doors into the cells. So the consensus is that magnetic fields and PEMFs affect the body by enhancing the natural electrical charges in the tissues that correct imbalances by modulating, which is controlling, the transportation of ions. How I like to explain PEMF is that when you are exposed to PEMF, you are opening and closing the door into the cells, or you're opening and closing the window into the cell. This allows the body to take the trash out, which is causing a detoxification from our metabolic waste, and bring in the nutrients into the cell. This is one reason why I also like to say go slow and low with intensity and timing of treatments for those that are especially sicker on the spectrum and or very toxic. They could potentially feel worse before they start to feel better. And if you do notice this, then that is a good point that you know that you might have pushed it a little bit too much and you want to either shorten your session time or you want to reduce the intensity on your next treatment. So, said in another way, the powerhouse of our cells are our mitochondria. They need to have proper energy flow in order to have optimal health and wellness. This is because the energy allows the cells to open up and remove the metabolic waste, our cellular detox, and draw in the nutrients necessary for proper energy production and DNA replication. When an imbalance or a blockage of energy occurs within our bodies, we can begin to see a decline in the function of our cells. This results in improper cellular energy production, improper DNA replication, increase in the number of cells that permanently stop dividing but do not die, and hormonal miscommunication between the cells and ultimately the organs. This all results in accelerated aging and has been associated with age-related decline and disease. The lowest form of cellular energy will result in a physical presentation of cancer. Research has identified more than 25 ways that PEMF therapy supports both physical and psychological health for people. It is one of the most effective and versatile health treatments available. Most of the benefits that happen in the body is caused by PMF's effect on the electrical charge on cellular biology. Because all cellular communication in the body requires an electrical signal, just like our cell phones. The electrical charge will trigger the release of the chemicals within the cell, which then changes the neighboring cells. So, back to the idea of a cell phone. If the cell phone has enough energy, and I can call my daughter to remind her to clean her room, the room will be able to get cleaned. Again, assuming that she actually listens to me in the first place, since she is a teenager. If my cell phone is dead or we have a weak signal, either I can't call her, or she might hear that I want her to clean the kitchen instead and not a room. So the wrong task is actually completed. The same thing can happen on her end if her cell phone is low or has a poor signal. This is what's going on in our bodies. When we operate on low energy, our cells either can't hear us or they hear the wrong things and don't have the right tools to be able to complete the tasks. So PEMF therapy will enhance and support the body's balance of energy. It ensures that the cells have enough charge. If they are low, they will increase the cellular charge. But if the cellular membrane is not low, it will not impact the cell. Like a cell phone, if you plug in your phone at 68% battery life, the outlet will charge your cell's battery to 100%, and then will keep the battery charged at 100% until you disconnect from the wall. The same thing applies to PEMF therapy. Only the cells that are in need of additional support will be positively impacted by the therapy, while healthy charged cells will remain unaffected, again by a battery. So there is a diminishing return on the effects. So in theory, you could sit in front of a biocharger or some PEMF device for 6 hours, but at a certain point, your cells will have reached 100% charge, and you theoretically could get up from the biocharger and you'll still feel the same effects. So typically, the longest session would be about 60 minutes. So some of the benefits, actual benefits, is pain management and pain relief and improvement in healing. That's the number one reason why people usually turn to PEMF. So it helps to improve circulation and blood flow. It enhances your healing, repair, and recovery. It helps to reduce inflammation and swelling. It improves cellular respiration. It helps to reduce muscle spasms, increase oxygen at the tissues, enhances the body's natural recovery process, and it helps to assist with muscle fatigue and discomfort, especially after exercise. It enhances stem cell function and production, and it increases the amount of viable stem cells available at the tissue. It also assists the body in supporting a healthy heart function by improving circulation, increasing NO levels within the body. It helps to improve the stickiness of the blood. It helps the hemoglobin to transport oxygen to the tissues. It helps to improve oxygen levels in the tissues, and it enhances the body's natural recovery process. So you'll also notice that you'll have an improved sleep because it'll help to regulate your circadian rhythm. So you'll notice an improvement in deeper, better, and fuller sleep cycles, an improved ability to fall asleep, and an improved ability to stay asleep. So you'll also notice improved cognitive function. So things like an improved mental focus, concentration, memory, a reduction in your stress and anxiety. It also helps to support general relaxation. It allows you to experience more energy naturally because of this. It's also going to improve your athletic performance through improving circulation and blood flow, enhancing healing, repair, and recovery, reducing inflammation and swelling, improving cellular respiration, reducing muscle spasms, improving oxygen level in the tissues, enhancing the body's natural recovery process, assists with muscle fatigue and discomfort, enhances stem cell function and production, increases the amount of viable stem cells, increases strength, and increases endurance within the muscles. It also improves the immune system by having an antibacterial, antifungal, antiviral, and antiparasitic benefits. It improves the function of your phagocytes and improves the function of your neutrophils, enhancing the body's natural recovery process, and it also supports the lymphatic system. Another benefit is that it helps improve cellular health, and it does this by increasing ATP at a cellular level, increasing the number of mitochondria present in the cells, increases the function of the mitochondria, so how you're going to increase the number as well as how well it actually works. It increases the transportation of oxygen to the tissue. It's going to improve cellular absorption of nutrients, and it's going to improve autophagy. You'll also notice an improvement in the skin by plumping and reducing the appearance of wrinkles, and also enhancing stem cell function and production. As I had mentioned, it helps to improve and support detoxification. It does this in two ways: by supporting inefficient or suboptimal liver and kidney function. Also helps to increase cellular detoxification from metabolic waste. And it's going to also help with optimizing wellness non-invasively. And it does this through enhancing the body's natural recovery process, supporting general relaxation. It'll allow you to experience more energy naturally. It should help to prevent cellular damage, support the immune system, the circulatory system, the transportation of oxygen and nutrients into the tissues, supports the health of the mitochondria, and increases the number of stem cells found in the tissue, just to name a few benefits that PEMF can provide. I also would like to note that I am not a doctor. I'm not giving medical advice or anything like that. This is just a presentation on PEMF and the benefits that science has found on the actual treatment of it. And of course, everybody experiences things differently. So another great quote from Dr. Polk is PEMF further enhanced detoxification by improving blood and lymph circulation, decreasing inflammation, rebalancing cell energy, helping to restore cell function, improving skin respiration, and improving damaged cells of tissues involved in the detoxification. So, now you might be asking, why do I need PEMF treatments? Let's dive into that. The powerhouses of our cells, which are our mitochondria, need to have proper energy flow in order to have optimal health and wellness. This is because the energy allows the cells to open up and remove the metabolic waste, causing cellular detox, and draw in the nutrients necessary for proper energy production and DNA replication. When there is an imbalance or blockage of energy that occurs within the body, we can begin to see a decline in the function of our cells. This results in improper cellular energy production, improper DNA replication, increase in the number of cells that permanently stop dividing but do not die, and hormonal miscommunication between the cells that ultimately results in miscommunication between the organs. Typically, you're going to see that in somebody that has some form of an autoimmune condition. This all results in accelerated aging and has been associated with age-related decline and disease, the lowest form of cellular energy usually resulting in a physical presentation of cancer. So this is our Ascension location, and the owner of the Cavalry is giving a quick tour of what it looks like to actually enter in one of our wonderful spas. And the question that we are going to be addressing now is, who would benefit from PEMF? You can hear that little tap, tap, tapping in the background. that is actually somebody receiving some treatments. All right, so who would benefit from PEMF? Athletes or weekend warriors looking to improve their performance or recovery and get more out of their training sessions. People who are looking to support their heart and cardiovascular system. Anyone who wants to improve their mental abilities. Anyone looking to reduce their stress levels. Anyone dealing with acute or chronic inflammation or experiencing any acute or chronic pain. Anyone dealing with any non-healing healing wounds or slow to heal injuries, such as broken bones, or anybody who wants to speed up that process. That's how I got involved in PEMF. I broke my distal radius in 5 spots in an inch and a half space, and I really needed to get healthy quickly. Anyone who wants to support their immune system, either to speed up the healing process or to help prevent illness, such as jumping on a plane to go on vacation. Anyone who is currently experiencing low energy levels and wants to experience an increased level without any stimulants. Anyone looking to optimize their cellular health and wellness. Anyone i.e. anyone who is interested in any type of anti-aging, biohacking, anything like that. Anyone experiencing any kind of joint pain. Anyone looking to improve the appearance of their skin. Anyone who is experiencing low levels of oxygen. You can see here in that picture, her lips are purple. That's an indication that she has low levels. Anyone experiencing muscle spasms. Anyone noticing a decline in their cognition. So their mental function is starting to decline. Anyone with any type of sleep issues, either falling asleep or staying asleep, will benefit or should benefit. And how frequently would you need to come in? It's a great question. It all depends on what your outcome is. So if your outcome is looking to reduce your stress, ideally you're probably going to want to come in anywhere from 3 to 7 times a week and receive a full body treatment. If you're looking to improve your sleep, again, you're going to want to come in 3 to 7 times a week and ideally as close to bed as possible. If you're looking to improve your immune system as a prevention, you're going to want to come in 2 to 3 times before an event and then once a day to continue with the immune protection during whatever event it is that you're doing. If you are actively sick, you are likely going to need to come in 10 to 30 minutes every day, sometimes anywhere from once to 3 times a day until you start to feel better. Overall, general wellness, you're going to want to come in anywhere from 1 to 5 times a week. Well, it really depends on how long and what's going on in your body and how much time you have available. Athletic performance, if you are doing this for a pre-workout to help prevent injuries, you're going to want to come in and do a treatment anywhere from 10 to 30 minutes before any type of strenuous exercise. Post-workout, to help speed the healing process, you're going to want to come in for 10 to 30 minutes after the strenuous exercise. Acute and chronic pain, again, ideally, the more often you do it, the better the results. Although I do have here 1 to 7 times, it is likely going to be somewhere closer to 5 to 7 times a week for acute injuries. And sometimes you might even need to come in more frequently than that. With my wrist, I was going in about 3 times a week initially because I was traveling a lot. Mood boosting, you're going to want to do 3 to 7 times a week, and you're going to want to do a full body treatment, and or you're going to want to take the panels and put them up around your head. You will need to do this at a lower frequency as it can be a little uncomfortable and have a unique feeling that way. So now you might be asking yourself, how can you start your wellness journey? And that's what we're going to dive into next. So we have several different options available. Our first option is our memberships. The Explore. This will allow you to use our biocharger, and this will allow you to use the biocharger 3 times in a month. So what I typically like to do is I would like you to come in 3 days in a row and give it a go at that setting. This is perfect for somebody that really wants to see if the biocharger is in fact going to help them. Then, if so, if you do notice on day 3 that you're seeing an improvement in energy levels, sleeping better, your activities of daily living have improved, or you've noticed a reduction in your pain, then I would strongly recommend from that point enrolling in one of the other memberships, either the Enhance, Evolve, or Single Unlimited program. Likely going into the Single Unlimited program, because this will allow you to use the biocharger an unlimited number of times, and then you'll be able to use those 3 times in a month under the Explore program, with some of the other modalities that will complement your results. So now the Enhance program. This will allow you to have 10 treatments in the course of the month. And again, I would start with 3 days in a row and adjust accordingly to your goals. This is a perfect membership program for somebody that wants to see results with the biocharger. If they do see results and then want to start to expand and utilize some more foundational therapies instead of using them all focusing in on the biocharger, I would then recommend upgrading to that Single Unlimited and venturing out and using something like whole body cryo chamber or red light therapy or even our infrared sauna, depending on what your outcomes and goals are. And then, of course, this is the best bang for your buck is going to be the Evolve membership. This will allow you to use all of our foundational services up to 3 in a day, every day of the week, for the whole entire month. This is perfect for somebody who really wants to maximize the results from both the biocharger as well as any maximizing the results overall in their health, wellness, and recovery process. So as long as you've got the time to come in, this is the best bang for your buck. And then we've got also the Single Unlimited option, which you can purchase. Again, as I explained, this is a good option for somebody that wants to maximize the results from the biocharger. And if you are, for example, an Explore or an Enhance, then you can do the add-on Unlimited. Again, this is perfect for somebody that wants to maximize the results, and that's pretty much what I should have said. Not a Single Unlimited. If you start off with the Explore, you're going to do the add-on Unlimited package, which will actually save you even more money than just doing the Single Unlimited. Okay, and then our premium services, which is going to be either the Pulse Center's PEMF only device or the Aura only PEMF only device. Each session is built out to be 30 minutes, and unless you're traveling, I really don't recommend just doing a single treatment, but this is for somebody that wants to just check it out. Then we have a pack of 5, and this will help you to really understand if you are going to see benefits longer term with utilizing PEMF in your reaching your targeted outcome. And then we've got the 10-pack, which lowers your per treatment cost even further. I mentioned earlier that we have complementary devices, and this is basically, I'm breaking it down to the 3 top uses of PEMF therapy and why people reach to it, and some complementary devices, services, and retail products that we offer at the Recovery. So for pain management and healing, some of our foundational products that would be complementary add-on would be whole body cryotherapy, red light therapy, and compression. Some premium services is going to be our Balancer Pro, our HBOT, and our ozone therapy. And then some of our other, which is our retail products as well, is going to be Toradol add-on, IV therapy, We are now offering peptides at the Dunedin location, which the peptides I would recommend would be BPC 157 or CHK copper. And then for improved athletic performance, our foundational services are going to be, again, whole body cryotherapy, red light therapy, and compression. We could also do the infrared sauna if you're looking at more stiff, sore muscles. A lot of these are interchangeable as far as some of the benefits. Premium, again, I would go to the Balancer Pro. Really helps with recovery by supporting the lymphatic system. M-Shape Well is going to help you increase your muscle mass. HBOT is a phenomenal tool that will help increase oxygen at a tissue level and stem cells. EWAT will allow you to exercise with oxygen. And then some other therapies is going to be our IV and IM nutritional therapies. Some peptides I would recommend would be semaglutide or the dual blend CJC 1295 or ipamorelin. And then for improved cellular health. So for me, improved cellular health, I'm looking at the mitochondria. I'm looking at somebody who is wanting to geek out and be somebody that's into preventative, into biohacking, somebody that's into improving anti-aging, anything in that arena. That's what I'm kind of looking at. So some of our foundational therapy that I would recommend is going to be red light therapy. Again, it works at the mitochondria. Compression therapy is also really good. You could also add infrared in there as it will help to support the detoxification. Premium services would be exercise with oxygen therapy, our EWAT system, our HBOT system, or ozone saunas. And then our other therapies would be IV therapy, NAD+. We have it both in IV and shot in the Dunedin location. Apatalin peptide, methylene blue, which will be available in the Baton Rouge locations coming up. And it's a troche supplement, which will also work at the mitochondrial level, and it's another way to increase energy through a non-oxygen pathway in the cell. And then MOTS-C is a peptide which will be available in Florida and Louisiana fairly shortly. Each location is might be a little bit different as to which peptides we have, but MOTS-C also works on a cellular basis, and it is kind of looked at and coined as exercise in a bottle. All right, so who should not be using PEMF therapy? These are anybody with any type of implanted electronic devices, which may include pacemakers, defibs, hearing devices, insulin pumps. If they are actively bleeding, hemorrhaging, or during any heavy menstrual cycle, because it increases the blood flow, and pregnancy. So that's it for today. I want to thank you very much for taking the time to listen to me today. My name is Ryan Martin. I am the Director of Modality Training and Education here at the Covery. If you have any additional, if you're interested in any additional information, you want to check it out, you want to see what we at the Covery are all about, then please check out our website to find the closest Covery spa location to you. And if you mention this presentation, you'll receive a free consultation to see how we can help you reach your outcomes as quickly as possible and develop a customized plan specifically for you. And also you can receive a 10-minute demo on our PEMF device. Thank you again and have a wonderful day.